Okay, it's been a long time, bro. I'm still in the car. I was about to drive off, but this just popped up on my phone, and I've been monitoring this situation for the last couple of days, and it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Normally, I'm not one with the gossip, but obviously, you know, I love sports, and this falls under sports, but also gossip. So, if people who may not know, I'm going to backtrack to the beginning of this. Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez was a former quarterback of the New York Jets. He was a quarterback at University at USC, Southern California, and you know, was a good player. He was you can ask the Jet fans how they feel about him. I'm not a Jet fan, but I thought he was a serviceable and probably the most successful Jet quarterback that they've had since probably Joe Namath, as far as like the team success. Because in that early days of Rex Ryan, Sanchez was the quarterback of those teams that were like the Bart Scott can't wait. And, you know, they almost made it to the Super Bowl, which is for the Jets like a great thing. But now he's in his late 30s now, and he is like a sports commentator or a sports analyst for Fox Sports. And that's what he's been doing. And he's, you know, Sanchez has always been like, you know, pause, but I'm not y'all weird about this stuff, but he's a good looking guy. He's articulate. And, you know, as a former player, he had a pretty good niche carved out for him in his overplaying. There's a lot of older players tend to do. So it comes out on like Saturday morning, which is when I saw it. I think it happened overnight on Friday, but don't quote me on that. I do have to say this beforehand. Everything that I'm saying is all alleged. He has been charged, but not convicted, which means these are all allegations. But I'm going off of the police reports and the allegations that I've gotten. So back to this. On that morning, I see this article, and I'm going to paraphrase some of these because you have to watch with YouTube, but Mark Sanchez was poked with a knife. You know what I mean? And he was in the hospital, and I see this, the headline, and I'm like, oh man, that's terrible, you know, because it happened in Indianapolis, and they said he's hospitalized, but he's not in critical. He's stable, he's cool, but he obviously had to be hospitalized for this. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, you can't go anywhere. That's the first thing I'm thinking. And this is the power of how crazy headlines can be. So I'm first thinking like he was attacked in some way, you know, him being like a pretty high profile person. Maybe somebody ran up on him, and I'm like, damn, that's, you know, you can't go anywhere these days. This dude's in the hospital. And I'm like, you know, they said they found the guy who did it already, so, you know, more to come. And I'm like, this sucks, but at least they got the guy, you know, and he's stable, so he's cool, so he'll be able to walk away in one piece, which is good. It's probably 4 hours later, another article comes out, and they update this article. It says, Mark Sanchez is in the hospital, but they arrested him. And I'm like, how do you get arrested for getting poked with a knife? You know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell happened here? So now nothing's out yet. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So it goes from him being attacked to, wait, what happened here? So it comes out. This whole thing comes out. There's been another update. I'm sitting in my car. I was about to leave Dairy Queen. Y'all saw that video. And it says that police say Mark Sanchez faces level 5 felony charge, which carries a 1 to 6 year sentence. Now, if you want I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice or any way, with shape or form. I don't think he does any jail time. He's probably going to have to go to rehab or something like that. Because what it looks like happened here is that there was an altercation on Friday night in Indianapolis at the hotel. I don't know if he was staying at it or he was near the hotel, but for whatever reason, there was a 69-year-old guy. Okay, this is where it gets weird. There's a 69-year-old guy who was working as a driver. So he's there, I guess, at a weird hour of the night to change the fryer oil. Okay, all police report stuff. So he's there to change the fryer oil. Okay, I just changed this to my iPhone, the front camera, because I've been trying to test this for vlogs. I figure you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But back to my original thing. It says an affidavit for probable cause filed Sunday alleges surveillance footage from the nearby Indianapolis downtown shows Mark Sanchez approaching and then apparently fighting the driver of a box truck backed into the loading dock of the Westin Hotel. According to the affidavit, the 69-year-old truck driver said in a statement that a verbal altercation escalated when Sanchez shoved him. This is where it gets crazy. The driver says he used pepper spray on him and then struck him multiple times because he feared for his life. The driver had a laceration to his left cheek, while Sanchez suffered wounds to his upper right torso. There's multiple camera angles of this, video footage. There's testimony from multiple witnesses, and the whole thing just seems like it's a freaking mess. The Marion County, which is where Indianapolis is, the prosecutor says they've now filed a felony charge with him. And this is an, I quote from him again, certainly the thing that stands out to us is this was a situation that did not need to occur. We're literally talking about people fighting over a parking space or a dispute about where people are parking, and it resulted in someone receiving incredibly significant injuries. There's more stuff that came out about this, but more or less, I guess, Sanchez tried to pull him out of the car. He got in the car, and then the driver was like, what the hell are you doing? So he tried to get somebody from the hotel to call, and then like he wouldn't let him call him. Supposedly there's pictures of the guy. He's 69 years old. And yeah, it's just crazy to think that like you don't know what people are going on with. Now, this is another thing I allegedly heard from back in the day, is that Sanchez drank a lot while he was at USC, but I didn't think it was like stuff like this that would happen. Supposedly he was drunk. This whole situation is just nuts, bro. It's nuts. Like, more stuff keeps coming out about it, and it's just like, now you got a guy that at the very least is probably going to lose his job, and all over you being I think he's in his late 30s, 37, 38, something like that, where you're drunk in public and you're like being belligerent and you end up getting poked with a knife and you're the one that gets arrested for it. And I know that's why you got to watch with headlines, because I even initially, when I saw it said in hospital, you know, poked with a knife. And I'm like, damn, he must have got attacked. And it comes out that he was the aggressor in this whole thing. You just never know with people, man. And this whole situation just easily avoidable. Again, I think that more than likely what's going to happen. I'm not a lawyer. I know what people that have money and good lawyers and stuff like that, they're going to give him something and he's going to go to rehab. And he's going to be, you know, whatever. I don't think he goes to jail for it. You know, people like him don't get locked up. Nah, he'll probably pay a fine. He'll probably have to do some other stuff and go to rehab. But listen, I'm an adult. I know that most people, and they said that he was drinking while he was at USC. Hell, I was in college. I drank a lot when I was in college too. I don't know why people use drinking as an excuse to do like really stupid stuff. Like, there's no reason for you to, what are you, like the Incredible Hulk? If somebody pepper sprays you in the face and you just eat that to the face, pause, and you just run through it and you just keep going. Like, there's only two ways that happens. One, you're that messed up that you didn't feel that, you're going to feel it later. Two, you've been pepper sprayed before, because you do build a tolerance up to pepper spray if you get sprayed with it like a bunch. Like, I have some friends that like went to the police academy and stuff like that, and you have to like take pepper spray. So you get not an immunity, you get used to it and it doesn't bother you as much if you've done it enough. So you build up a tolerance. So those are only two ways you eat that. But if you're an adult, man, I know some of you, like, please, adult beverage responsibly. I'm not going to sit here and act like I was a saint in college. I drank just like everybody else, but I've never in my life done some stupid stuff over it like that. Like, he didn't have to go get mad at the guy over like something as trivial as that. And you never know what stupid incident is going to get you in trouble to the point that, you know, you end up losing your job, or worse in this case. Like, they say he's looking at, I don't think he goes to jail, but it's on the table is a better way for it. Like, I know he got money, he got good lawyers and stuff. More than likely he's going to plead down and be okay with it. But when I saw that, I was just like, bro, what the hell? You know, and the plot just I'm sure more stuff's going to come out about this. I'm sure eventually TMZ's going to get the footage, but all this over, like, you was just going to call a game on Saturday, and now you got to deal with this crap because you're a dummy. And to top it all off, the dude that you was messing with was 69 years old. That's older than my dad. Both my parents. Older. You know what I'm saying? And that's like my grandpa. Don't matter. Anyway, bro, just be careful out here, man. And that's why you got to watch with these headlines. There's so many headlines that can be misleading, or, you know, people immediately see a headline and like automatically assume. And I'm guilty of that here, which is why I'm kind of calling myself out. Because immediately my brain went to he was attacked. Something happened to him. So, and it turns out he was the idiot. So that's why I don't speak about things like this. But this is all the things I'm saying again are allegedly. I don't know if it's true. I didn't see the surveillance footage. Apparently there is. So just to make sure that I say that for the third time, you know. But I saw this situation and I was like, bro, I feel like talking about this, because it was just like, I'm in the car. I was sitting here just going, what the hell, man? Please, 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 if you're going to drink responsibly. That's it. That's all I got, man. I love y'all. No outro on this channel.